this is Alchemisted, and this is Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, and this is a post-mortem for my first attempt at doing the mission entitled Nothing Is As It Seems. Uh, this is, this starts out fairly well, and it goes pretty spectacularly badly the longer it goes on, so I'm going to just sort of break down the first half of the mission so we can get to the good part. And I'm going to try to upload this alongside the successful run of this mission. I just finished recording it. I went through this mission with an LMG, which is it's a heavy machine gun. I keep calling it an LMG because that's really what it is, but it's a heavy machine gun. It's just my way. It's easier to say in casual conversation. So I went through this mission with a heavy machine gun, and that should tell you something, that my second attempt going through this mission was so heavy, because as you can tell, I'm going through this mission with a, let me look at it again, with a riot gun, which is basically, it's kind of like the assault shotgun. It lacks a little bit of the punch, but it makes up for it in reload speed. So I had the right idea. I had the right idea, but no. It was not to be. This was a doomed attempt. By picking a shotgun for this mission, I doomed myself to failure. And the reason I doomed myself to failure, I'm going to spoil it right now, is because you're going to want rapid-fire weapons for the latter half of this mission. If you have any kind of weapon that fires slowly at all, you're screwed. You're just flat out. You're going to get overwhelmed and you're done. And the game will actually kind of nudge you in this direction. There are a bunch of light machine guns placed in a particular section of this mission, but let's get to the particular details of it. So the mission starts off, and right away you've got these Umbrella Special Forces guys. If you've got the Samurai Edge or the Lightning Hawk, probably you could probably just deal with these guys from a distance, which is what I do here. I do this less successfully in my, ironically, the more successful run of this mission. Well, I should say the successful run. It's sort of more successful by default, seeing how badly this mission goes. I should point out that right now I am using my Mad Catz modular 360 controller that I really like. It's a nice red color. It's really good. It's not sold anymore, so this isn't a plug for the product. But this is important for you to understand for later on. I really like this controller. I've been using it for years. I really like this controller, and I really don't want anything bad to happen to it, which is sad because something bad will, of course. So you deal with a couple waves of spec ops, and then Birkin shows up and says boo. He is going to be the boss fight at the end. This run will not make it to Birkin. This run actually dies just before getting to him, and it dies pretty badly as well. So yeah, there will be like a brief chase. Shortly after meeting up with Birkin, you will run into the gimmick for this level, which is darkness. So you have to pick up these flares. This is if you're anybody except Shona, or I think Willow has night vision, but I'm not sure. Shona has the virus vision, which is essentially the same thing as night vision. He can see perfectly fine in darkness, so if you're playing as either of those characters, just flip it on and forget about the flares. But be sure to pick them up, because you're going to need them in a bit for an escort mission. And I actually give the game a lot of credit for a moment. It's not bad. If it were just a one-off section of the game, it wouldn't be bad. If the escort mission ended right there, it won't. But, yeah, the AI characters can see completely fine, so if you're playing alone, which you probably will be since nobody plays this fucking piece of shit, you're gonna either need the flares, or if you're showing our character with night vision, just turn that on. And it's not a problem. Your AI companions will be able to see in the dark perfectly fine. They're not affected by it at all. Eventually, you will run into Claire Redfield, who is similarly unaffected by the darkness. And eventually, the lot of you will run into G. Birkin. There will be a brief chase, and then he'll just sort of fuck off, and you and Claire will go your separate ways while you split up to look for Sherry. And here is where our tragedy starts. So the first bit of this is, and I'm not playing the audio from the mission right now because I just want to get to the actual terrible events of that occurred that ended this recording, that ended this session pretty badly. The general idea is Sherry is afraid of the dark. I'm not joking. That's literally what's going on here. Sherry Birkin is scared of the dark, and to be fair, there's plenty of bad shit in Raccoon City. There's plenty to be scared of. It's just the fact that she's afraid of the dark. Yet somehow she managed to find her way into like the sewers of Raccoon City. I don't get it. You know, where have you been hiding this entire time, if not in the dark away from the monsters? Anyways, you have to use the flares to light her path, and the whole time she is being bum rushed by crimson heads and regular zombies. Thankfully, there's nothing tougher than that in this section. It's not that bad. In fact, I was enjoying this quite a bit. However, if she is grabbed at all, you will have like the game will not end immediately if she is grabbed. But if that grab becomes an attack, if she is attacked by a zombie, if she's like damaged at all, the game will end. It's game over. I want you to bear this in mind, that the game ends if she is attacked. If she has any damage inflicted upon her, the game is over. Think about that for a moment. This was 2013. This game, I'm almost sure it was released in 2013. I'd have to check. I'd have to check it out again, but yeah, I think it's 2013. It was a short time after Resident Evil. It was either a short time after Resident Evil 6 was released, or it was sort of alongside it. But yeah, just let that stew. And then there's hunters. You get attacked by hunters. These hunters are annoying. There's a red hunter that takes a lot of damage. You do a little damage, then he F's off and summons a bunch of mini hunters. Or not mini hunters, but regular hunters. You fight them, then he shows back up, you kill him. It's annoying. I don't like the hunters in this game. They're just kind of really aggravating and very much unlike any kind of hunter who has ever hunted in Resident Evil. So you meet up with Sherry Birkin, and here's where it starts. And you're going to see, I'm going to just let the rest of this play out because it's such a colossal clusterfuck that you just have to bear witness to what happens next. But the general idea is that Sherry Birkin will proceed on her own without prompt from you, nor with any way to tell her to stop, through the sewers. And every time she gets to a well-lit area, she will stop, and then a wave of zombies, waves, plural, of zombies and crimson heads will show up to attack her. And I remind you, they are all going for her, and if she is damaged, the mission is over. Now, there's going to be a lot of zombies, there's going to be a lot of crimson heads, and I am using a riot gun, which, while it fires faster than an assault shotgun, is nowhere near fast enough to deal with them all. I don't want to undersell this here. I don't want to. I have to emphasize the fact that you're dealing with waves of these, especially the last wave. The last wave is what finally just ends the whole ordeal. It's the thing that finally causes you'll see what happens in the final wave. It actually happens just before it, but it gets so much worse in the final wave. Somehow I do make it through this, but not in any state that I can continue in. You'll see what I mean. Game is loading me up with healing items and grenades, so I know something heavy's about to happen. Oh, and new guns as well. Assault shotgun. Gimme. Game is knowingly handing me one of the better weapons in the game, so I know shit's about to ensue. Thank you. I do like the quick fire feature. That is cool. What the shit? Who the fuck flashbanged the fuck out of us? I know that was one of you. Oh no. Are you fucking kidding me? She's just gonna, like, go ahead and trigger every new encounter. That I don't like. Get off! Oh my god! No! Jesus fucking Christ! Okay. Rapidly beginning to dislike this bit. Oh, Christ! Get off me! Oh my god. And they're crimson heads, too! Jesus! Okay. Honey, I need you to stop. Tactical SMG. Oh, where the fuck is she? Oh my god. Baby, I need you to stop, please. Okay, Tweed, I need you to stop tweaking the fuck out. I went from liking the Sherry bit to really disliking the Sherry bit real quick. Note to game developers, escort missions like this are fucking annoying. Especially when the NPC is a suicidal chipmunk who will constantly trigger attacks, whether or not you are ready. There's a reason there was a wait button for Ashley. There's a reason why, like, you could tell her to... Oh my god, that's it. Get off! Oh my god, the fucking animation! This is horrible! This is fucking terrible! And if any one of them bites her, it's a game over, which makes it even worse. To make it even worse, my analog stick is going fucking crazy. It's not aiming where I'm telling it to anymore. I think... Oh my god. I think my fucking analog stick is broken from this shit. Holy fuck. I'm in fact... Oh my god! Get off of me! For fuck's sake!
Reloading, cover me!
Oh my god. It's literally... Holy shit. No, stop, Sherry! For fuck's sake! My controller will not look right. Sherry, please fucking stop! Oh my god! Okay, I'm actually gonna unplug my controller and see if I can unfuck whatever the hell just happened to it. Be right back. And that, as they say, is that. That controller has not functioned at all since. I was on my back so often that I had to mash the buttons and wiggle the sticks so much that it actually destroyed one of the analog sticks. The only... Like, there are controllers you can buy from Mad Catz that might have like, basically be the same modules, so I'm looking into that. I'm looking into, like, purchasing one so I can basically have, like, spare parts to, like, swap out for this controller, because it is a very good controller, and it is much better for Twitch gaming than this PS4 controller is. When I did Mega Man X2, if you haven't seen my playthrough of the final Sigma stages of X2, my hand was in agony from playing that. It felt so painful trying to do that extremely precise platforming and like fast movement on a D-pad with the grip the PS4 has. It just doesn't sit right in my hand at all, and it's my hands were like felt like they were on fire after my first attempt at clearing the game, clearing the final like Sigma stage. My hand literally felt like it was on fire. It hurt so much. So yeah, this PS4 controller is nice. I like it. It's not great for side scrollers. The other controller was. It was a very good all-around controller that was completely modular and is not sold anymore, unfortunately. So if I can't find compatible replacement parts in like a used controller on Amazon or such, I'm completely boned. I just cannot believe that they did that. Like, I can't believe that this was 2013. In 2004, this was considered, like this would have been considered beyond the pale. Like, in 2004, like, you had, I'm pretty sure you had Resident Evil 4 by then. And, like there is a reason that you could, like, tell Ashley to wait and tell her to stop and tell her to hide, because everybody at Capcom knew, and everybody who played games knew, and everybody who reviewed games knew that escort missions suck. Nobody liked them. They were always terrible. Even in good games like Half-Life 2, everybody likes Alex Vance. Everybody thought Alex Vance was a cool character. Everybody hated when you had to protect her when you were escaping from Nova Prospect. They hated it so much that Valve basically patched the game to turn her into an unstoppable god, because she otherwise there was so much heat coming straight at her at all times, and these zombies are going straight for Sherry, that Alex would just die. like, like it required you to basically have like the full attention of everybody attacking at all times, and when you don't have a whole lot of defense in which you won't in Half-Life, like you your health doesn't last very long in Half-Life. There's a reason people save reload constantly through Half-Life and the various mods based around it. It just wasn't fun, and it wasn't a good gameplay. And when they finally did Half-Life 2 Episode 1, they turned Alex. They devoted significant time to developing Alex as a competent AI partner. Like, giving her way, like, they went out of their way to give her ways to support you, up to and including giving her shotguns. So, yeah, like by this point, long before this point, escort missions were widely acknowledged to suck. So, this is like at least 2013 when this happens. This game drops this on you, and it's just not good. It's not fun at all. It's horrible. It's a horrible experience. And if you're doing this with a slow weapon, like I said before, if you're doing this with a slow weapon like a shotgun, oh, you're just absolutely fucked. And you have no idea how fucked you actually are when you start this mission until you get to this point and realize that there's no possible way for you to keep up with this. Maybe if you had like a bunch of other players with you, which is how I think they tested this shit, is they actually just had a bunch of different players. And they never actually tested it with AI or anything to make sure it would work in single player, which it doesn't. Well, that's not entirely true. It does if you've already been through it and know how screwed you are if you pick something that fires slowly and intentionally go in heavy like I do in my successful run. I bring the heavy machine gun because I know how completely screwed I am, and when it gets to this point, my tactic with a heavy machine gun was to essentially hold down the fire button and never let it go, because there's so much shit coming out at you, and only a weapon that has lots of ammo that fires really fast can deal with all of it. If you're playing through this mission for the first time and you don't bring a rapid fire weapon, then for fuck's sake, hang on to the light machine gun, because it will be your only hope. There is an SMG you can pick up, but there's like I think like a tactical SMG you can pick up. Like that is your last. That is the developers telling you essentially that the weapon you brought, if it doesn't fire as fast as this one does, you're fucked. And it's absolutely true. They give you an SMG to try and save you, but I don't think even the SMG would be able to cope with the sheer number of enemies. Hang on to the light machine gun. Bring the heavy machine gun if... just bring the heavy machine gun. Just bring it. Even if you don't like it, just bring it. Trust me. If you just want to get through this mission, and you really should just want to get through this mission, I'm hoping the next mission is better. The next mission involves Jill Valentine, apparently, and Jill Valentine's one of my favorite characters in the series. She's really cool, so I hope this game doesn't fuck her up the way it fucks up Sherry Birkin, but, oh, who knows? Who knows? Anyways, this has been my failed run of Nothing Is As It Seems. I promised I would put this up so you could see the tragedy of it. Just the absolute clusterfuck. And there it is. So I am going to go away now. I'm going to go do something relaxing. And yeah. Thanks for watching. Later.